Hello everyone and welcome back to Ep.79-22. We're back here on No Man's Land with Grober Games. So last month we had quite a bit going on. We got our silage chop, we got our fields planted, we got a bunch of sorghum planted. As you can see, it's starting to sprout here pretty nicely. And then we also went and got all our corn planted. So we got quite a bit of nitrogen we got to start getting applied to everything. We got soybeans that got to go in the ground. We still got quite a bit of work to do this coming month ahead. And as you can see from last episode, we're still in the process of making TMR here. Let's go get this topped off here. There we go. Well, that's topping off. Let's say we should. Okay. While that's going, we're gonna get a head start already this morning. We're gonna go out here and get this first bean field done here. So I remember last time saying that we're gonna just no-till into this field just because it's more environmentally friendly, and unfortunately we don't have a drill that is able to no-till anymore, so we're just gonna use this planter just because it does have the capability. But in the long scheme of things, I'm still gonna keep playing the same style I've been before. We might dip a little bit more later on into the series, but for now we're still gonna keep the same style we've been going with so far, just because that's what I've enjoyed about this series so far. It's just based it off of how we take care of things around at home in my life. So we're gonna back up here, and I don't know if I've said this last episode, but I've been very happy with the new drill and this planter. So everything has worked out exactly as I wanted so far. Like, the drill was very handy. We were able to knock out so much in such little time, and this planter has just been working like I wanted to. Like I said, I really wish we could use that cyclone a little bit more, but like I said, the unfortunate part is we couldn't, just because of the whole tank issue air thing. It just needs that fertilizer tank to run, and I don't want to apply any starter just because we have so much natural fertilizer on our farm and with us running side dressing and stuff as we are, I just didn't want to deal with that stuff anymore, especially since right now when we apply our manure, we don't really have any precision to it. Like, I know there's advanced manure spreaders, and I talked about maybe getting one of those a while ago just with the sensor, but I think we're going to stay away from those for a while. Let me rephrase that. Not manure spreader, slurry spreader. I'm planning for us to stay away from that for a while. The good news is, with the way we got our crop rotation though, is that midway through the season we'll be able to apply a good amount of slurry to our canola fields when we get to that point. So basically we'll be able to go ahead, and after we get our sorghum harvested, we're going to turn around and pull out the slurry tanker and get to work right away, as we're also probably harvesting, getting those fields tilled and slurry injected into the ground, and then we're going to turn around and get to drilling into those fields right away with canola. And that'll be kind of a new experience because I don't think I've ever really done canola much on a series yet, and like turn around and sold it as a raw product. I know in my Elm Creek series right now, we're planning to do some in there as well, but we're planning to turn that into oil. So I think that's more the smarter way to do it, but I'm not sure yet. We'll eventually find out here. But so far, this is looking pretty good so far for us. The other thing we got to get done today as well is that we got a lot of herbicide we got to get put down, and then we also got side dressing to do for the corn. As you can tell already, as we come to this field over here, there's quite a few weeds starting to grow on it. So we got our work cut out for this month already when you think about it. Back up around here. And like I said last episode, I'm kind of tentatively planning right now for us to buy another plot of land. But I still am looking for a good sprayer mod. I'm probably gonna bring that up for a while just because I haven't, like I said, I just haven't found the perfect one yet, and for the series, and I'm hoping to find one soon. But right now, we're cruising along pretty good here. I think what I'm going to plan for today, I thought about doing this whole field myself, but I think when we get past that rock down in the part way down the field here, I think we're going to hire a helper to start working at this on their own. And I think we're going to go get the 78, get the duals thrown back on that. Cuz we can always spray weeds later. Well, actually, now that I think about it, we'll probably leave the duals off the 78. We'll probably put the crop sensor on that. And I think we're going to head out right away and get our sorghum taken care of for nitrogen for this season. That's probably actually be the smarter thing to do right now. Yeah, I think that's how we'll do it. And then once we get that done, we'll throw the duals on for the side dressing. That way we have a little more traction when we're pulling around our hillsides. And we'll go that route with that, and then as soon as we can, we'll get this tractor off, and then we'll try to start applying some spray to our cornfields to get rid of all the extra weeds and volunteer soybeans if we have it. Volunteer soybeans if we have any. Get rid of all those past here. Yeah, I think that's how we'll handle this episode today. I don't know if this will turn into a 2-part month again, just because, like I said, with us side dressing and having us to do all the side dressing ourselves, it does consume a good amount of time. And depending how fast we get through it is going to probably ultimately decide that factor. Throughout the day, I might stop by. I might also at the end of the day mix up another batch of TMR for the Angus on the pasture, just because we didn't really top them off. But with the way everything's going, I can't believe. Like, I figured we could get away with a few every other day or month of almost getting away without having to worry about topping everything off. But I'm guessing more of my OCD is kicking in on that part. And it just seems like we just have a lot of TMR going out right now. But we also, when you think about it, we're sitting about, 80 some head of cattle. I think we're at 85 because we just calved again in the milk barn. Yeah, we just calved again in the milk barn. Oh, why aren't you dropping? There we go. Yeah, because we just calved again in the milk barn because I sold 6 cattle at the end of the month last episode just to get rid of them and make some, just kind of start cycling the older cattle out, so to speak, so that way we can kind of space everything out in a timely manner, so to speak. Just so everything works out all right. And it's going to be interesting how I can get that to work out in the end, so to speak. But let's just let you go out on your own. I think you should be good now. Oh, yeah. I'm not a Case IH planner person, but whoever did that mod did a really good job with the animation of the row units. I appreciate all the work that the modders put into their stuff, but that was really cool. I'm losing my place here. Where was I? Right. I need the 7810, which is all the way down by here. Yes, all the way down by here. That's how I'm going to describe this. But we're gonna pull the sprayer out. We're gonna get that unloaded, and then we're gonna have to fill that up with, pull out the side dresser and unload that so we can get some fertilizer put into the sprayer, because I did not buy another tank of liquid fertilizer or nitrogen for us just because I didn't think we'll need it. But part of me is thinking right now that we actually might need to get a tank of fertilizer or nitrogen for the farm. Actually, it looks like I still got another tank in here. I didn't think I did for some reason. We'll pull out the Wilmer spreader here. That backed out over here along the hillside. I wonder if I could sneak this in here without having to Shoot. I think we got this. It should be fine. A little tricky pulling that up. There we go. It felt like it was a little bit tricky backing out of there with the sensor. Let's get that hooked up here. We'll unload you with your chemicals. But yeah, I am kind of ready to say goodbye to this little sprayer. It's been a good little sprayer, but just the whole hitch really messes with me a lot, and that's really the only complaint. And I know it's part of the design of the sprayer, and it's nothing to do with the person who modded it or anything. And I think that's just to go a little bit on my random thought thing. I've seen a lot of people like complain about mods and stuff, but you know, the thing is the modders do put a lot of work and their heart into a lot of these mods, and it's not necessarily a bad mod. It might just not be the mod you're looking for type thing, I guess, is my thought process on a lot of that stuff. And there's no reason to tear some of the modders down, especially ones who are just getting into it. They all got to learn someplace, and it takes time to get experience and such like that. But that's just my little thought for the day. But I think we'll jump in the time lapse here, get everything started. Gosh, I kind of wish I parked everything a few different spots, because I am just struggling trying to get everything backed in and out and everything situated here. But we'll jump in the time lapse here finally. Like I said, we're gonna get our nitrogen down for our sorghum first, and then we'll worry about side dressing afterwards. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
lying here all alone and nearly sleepless at night. I'm honest, it's boring. 1,000,000 demons surrounding me, picking a fight. It's toxic. You were the best I ever had, but every second you were screwing me over, and now I'm done with it. I guess that there was no surprise. Deleting you out of my mind. Isn't it iconic? Standing on the front line, steady going forward without knowing the direction. I need to be honest, it was for the better. Now every day is perfect for a lifetime celebration. Go ahead. Tonight I'm struggling, reminiscing about our good times, the good days, but good wasn't the only perspective of all the days that we had. We lost it. You were the best I ever had, but every second you were screwing me over, and now I'm done with it. I guess that there was no surprise. Deleting you out of my mind. Isn't it iconic? Standing on the front line, steady going forward without knowing the direction. I need to be honest, it was for the better. Now every day is perfect for a lifetime celebration. Go ahead.
Alright everyone, this is where we're going to wrap up today's episodes. We still got quite a bit of work to do for this month yet. We still got all the weed control to do. It took a little bit longer to get everything going than I thought it would. If you didn't notice, it looks like the unfortunate part of that drill is that the helper didn't get everything covered, and that was partially my own fault. I should have went back and like checked everything. I normally do. I don't know why I didn't this time around, but so we got a few big bare spots in our bigger field outside of the farm here, which is unfortunate, but we'll get by. It's not the worst thing to happen. And it just planting beans and everything just took a little bit longer than I thought it would, so we're gonna I think will be a two-parter episode for the month, unfortunately, which I didn't want to do that way, but it's unfortunately looking that way. Like I said, I think this may be the last year we use the side dresser, just so that way I can hire a helper to do it once in a while, so I don't have to do it all myself. And I'm not sure why the AI is. Like, the only thing I could think of is that it must be something with like the mask covering on the field when you're like side dressing. Like you kind of see here, like it kind of shows it's not in the fertilized state, so to speak. But even though it's covering it all like it should normally. But I'm no modder, so I don't know for sure what's the fix on it. I think this was just a conversion to begin with, so it works well enough to in game to where you can use it, so to speak. But just a few little tweaks here and there, and it'll probably be fixed. But anyways, this is where we're gonna wrap up today's episode. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe so you can stay up to date to the latest series. Above all else, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And most of all, thanks for watching.